Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are having a great week so far. So, in today's video,
I would forgive my husband 20 times before I let 20 other men play with me. Like, there's no way I'm going to let 20 men play with me. Why would I not just work through it with my husband?
yeah. So, I'm going to let some stitches play and I will give my opinion at the end of the video. Let's get started.
I would forgive my husband 20 times before I let 20 other men play with me. Like, there's no way I'm going to let 20 men play with me. Why would I not just work through it with my husband? And this comment right here is right on the nose, right? Give one man 20 chances, not 20 different men. And this conversation goes back to the Keisha Cole post I put up yesterday about how she couldn't forgive her husband, but look at she's given all this forgiveness to a bunch of men who have not committed to her, who don't clearly ultimately disrespecting her. And women are like, well, was she supposed to stay with a cheater? Why can't you work through it with your husband? People work through infidelity. Y'all know that, right? People work through it. People can fix that situation if they want to. But again, as I said, when we think, oh, I can do better, I don't need this, I'm above this, okay, cool. But you don't walk away from being a wife to being dog walked by men who you're just some woman to them. Like, I'm not giving my body to 20 different men because I didn't want to forgive my husband. A lot of women just don't see the problem. You really think that is worse than what she's dealing with now because he cheated? It's like the ultimate, oh no, I can't do it. But look at what she's doing. So I'm going to forgive my husband 20 times before I let 20 different men play with me. Nope, no ma'am. I will forgive my husband 20 times before I let 20 other men play with me. Like,
you teach men how to treat you. Men do to you what you allow. When he sees that he can cheat on you and not have to suffer the consequence of losing you, he's going to continue to cheat on you. When you actually implement standards, instead of repeatedly accepting infidelity in your relationship, you will less likely to be getting cheated on. Like, I had to unfollow her after that. That blew me so bad. Like, girl, what are you talking about? If your man steps out on you 20 times, is that your man or is that the community's man? Let's get into it. If you have to forgive your husband 20 times, is that even your husband or is that the community's husband? Because if I have to forgive my man or my husband 20 times, is that my man or is that the 20 women who he was with, man? I mean, I had to unfollow her after that. Like, that blew me so bad. If you have to forget...
And I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. The more chances you give a man, the more desperate you look. And I don't care if that man is your husband, your baby daddy, your high school sweetheart. If you keep forgiving that man, he is going to play in your face again. He knew when he did it, it could possibly break you two up, but he didn't care. He did it anyway because he thought it was worth the risk. I don't care how grand the gesture was. I don't care if he showed up at your job with roses, if he's been calling you and DMing you and writing you and emailing you. And you're like, I can't believe how many ways he tries to get in touch with me. Like, he's trying so hard. Don't be flattered by that. That man is still going to play in your face. I don't care how many roses he brought to your job. Some of these men you are entertaining are on their third and fourth second chance. And 9 times out of 10, you forgave him for something that he would never forgive you for, and you know that. He doesn't care if he had to spend money to get you back. He doesn't care if he had to swallow his pride to get you back. He will do whatever it takes now that he has to get you back. But he will mess up again because he'll just do that same thing all over again. He knows that you could be talked into forgiveness. A man who genuinely loves you is not going to repeatedly hurt
I
you.
will forgive my husband 20 times before I let 20 other men play with me. Like, there's no way I'm going to let 20 men play with me. Why would I not just work through it with my husband?
The only problem I really have with this message is she isn't really saying that marriage requires forgiveness or both partners should forgive each other as many times as it takes. It's definitely coming off as the woman has to be the one that forgives as many times or as much as might be needed to keep the relationship going. Um, I think forgiveness is important as a whole, but so long as both people are able to forgive each other. And if you guys are able to come to a conclusion or an understanding that there's nothing that the other person could do to end this marriage, and you guys both understand and just forgive each other for whatever might happen or might come 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 along in the future. I don't really think there's anything wrong with that, but it shouldn't be one-sided. I also think it's important to hold each other, both partners, accountable um, for the boundaries you've created in your relationship. But if forgiveness is going to go out, it should be given both ways, not exclusively to one
I
side.
give my husband 20 times before I let 20 other men play with me. Like, there's no way I'm going to let 20 men play with me. Why would I not just work through it with my husband? And this comment right here is right on the nose, right?
If your partner cheats on you, they don't respect you, they don't love you, and they don't deserve to be forgiven. And you do deserve better. The best thing you can do for yourself is learn how to love and nurture yourself, because once you do that, you won't give a fuck about anybody else, and your standard of what you will put up with is much higher. There is nobody in my life who will treat me any differently than I treat them. I'm loyal, I'm kind, and I have a big heart, so I deserve loyalty, I deserve kindness, and I deserve empathy from whomever I'm with. And if I'm not receiving that, relationship or otherwise, get the fuck away from me. That's what happens when you love yourself. So if these are my only two options, just take me out. Or give me the 20 men and I'll fucking charge them. Because I'm not going to sit here in somebody's face every single day who doesn't love and respect me. And neither should any of you.
It's very disheartening, honestly, when I hear women like this speak, okay? But I understand where they're coming from, because when you think about women who have this type of mindset, majority of the time they are from church, okay? I know this woman, I've listened to her speak before, I know her page, and unfortunately she puts this type of message out there all the time, okay? I believe the church and pick-me's are the only thing that is really keeping the patriarchy going. Without women like this, without pick-me's like this, without doormats like this, the patriarchy would not continue to grow, right? Women like this to keep other women in check, right? To indoctrinate other young women, right? So when you listen to her say, you know what, I rather take my husband back 20 times than, allowing 20 other men, to sleep with me or be with me. You hear men from the podcast, from the red pill, right? When the church talks to, people about cheating, it's always how men are weak and, unfortunately it's in their blood. Men are sinners and the woman needs to be patient. The woman needs to take her husband back. And it just makes me think, if somebody can be so weak, to not be able to keep our wedding vows, because when it comes to women, they would never take us back, right? They justify that in church all the time. So my thing is, you are so weak that you're going to fall into temptation over and over again when it comes to cheating. Why are you in charge? Why are you the head of the household? You're so weak. It's so hard for you to keep yourself in check. It's so hard for you to keep our vows. It's so hard for you to respect me. Why are you in charge? That's not the qualities, the character of a leader. It's so funny how, it's the same thing how they constantly remind women that, oh my God, you're so great, fearfully and wonderfully made, blah, 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 right? But then you tell the woman, remember, you're just a doormat though. Like, don't ask for more. Don't have self-love, expectations, and standards. Don't have that. Remember, you're just a doormat. So it just all contradicts, right? Men are leaders and they're head of the household and this, that, and the third. But, they're weak and, they need to be babied and they're going to cheat on you, unfortunately. It's a thing. That's one thing that can never just sit right with me. Okay. I've tried having this conversation with a man before, and he tried to mansplain to me what women want. And I could imagine him graping someone, you know, and saying, you like it, you like it. I could imagine him doing that, because how is it exactly I'm going to tell you, hey, I don't like it. It's not something that I would want. You don't, no, women don't want monogamy. They don't want that. Women don't want to have just one man. They just pretend like they do. You've been lied to. And I'm sitting across from this man and looking at him like, this nigga is mansplaining what women want to me. You know what? I try to be understanding, because women are like that, and men prey on the fact that we're understanding and soft and this and that, right? They prey on those things. Now, I'm listening to him, and I'm just like, I understand. You know what? Let me give him. Let me try to speak to him with an open mind and have an actual conversation with an open mind, right? And not trying to force this person to understand my side. And I listened. I said, you know what? I get it. Some women, they like it, they enjoy it. Some women, and that's not all men. Just like you guys say, not all men are cheaters, right? Which is a lie, because they'll go around and say all men cheat. The minute they cheat on you and you leave them and you say, you know what, I'm going to leave him, I'm not going to stay with a cheater. Oh, all men cheat. They try to justify it that way, right? Again, what the church says and what usually patriarchy says always contradicts. Never makes sense, right? Now, going back to what I was saying, and then I told him, I get it, but I don't believe that that's all women, right? For me, it's just not something. I cannot allow this person to come back on my stomach and try to have smacks with me. And I can look into your eyes and know, like, you really chose somebody else over me. Like, I'm over here grinding and trying to keep this relationship together. I'm trying to build together. Like, and you want, like, if you want somebody else, just say that and move on. Like, that's fine. It will hurt, but I would charge that shit to the game and move on. But they won't. They deceive you, they lie to you, they disrespect you, but you need to wake up every single day and serve them. That's something, again, that could never sit right with me. But this man literally sat in my face and said, well, actually, that's not true. You don't. That's what you've been told, but you don't really want that. And I could imagine this man pinning me down, forcing me to have smacks with him, right? Gripping me. And then I'm screaming, no, 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 I don't want it. I don't want it. And then saying, shut up, you like it. That's the vibe it was giving. Okay, that's the vibe it was given, because how exactly are you trying to tell me what I want? You're mansplaining what I want to me. So going back, because I feel like I'm going off the topic here. Going back to that lady, it's just the church really like encourages women to be doormats. And this message that she's talking about, taking your husband back 20 times, he doesn't love you, he doesn't respect you, right? Like, this person is constantly going to be abusing you and hurting you. Why? I understand it might be hard, because when you're married, you've been married for a very long time. And that's why I don't aspire. When I see these marriages and these old people together, I always think, what did he do? Because when you speak to those grandmas, those older generations, you speak to these women and you really get into the nitty gritty of what's been going on in their relationship, you always find out that the man did something. He like cheated or some form of disrespect, right? And I don't aspire to have anything like that. I don't say, oh my God, relationship goals. I don't say that anymore. Nobody wants y'all lives anymore. Like those women who just constantly have to accept cheating and disrespect. Like nobody wants that anymore. I don't want that. I don't aspire for that. What I want to talk about is choosing yourself. The church hate to see self-love coming. They don't want you to love yourself and care for yourself as a woman. Waking up and choosing you, waking up in gratitude, waking up and literally saying, you know what, I'm going to set standards for myself, expectations for myself, and literally just just being, giving yourself this love that you know you deserve, they don't want that for you. They hate to see self-love coming. They don't want it. Okay. So I'm doing this video to encourage women who are in their 20s, who want to get married, who want to have a family. Please have standards and expectations and actually have those things in place to make sure that you don't end up with somebody who you have to choose over and over again. You have to deal with their disrespect over and over again, right? You have to choose them 20 times because the church tells you, or patriarchy tells you, you shouldn't be with 20 men. Your body count is high. Oh my God. Da, 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 da. You shouldn't be disrespected over and over again like that. That is not love. So if you're looking to have a family, I want you to do the work first. Do the work, love yourself, care for yourself before you get into a relationship. If you're a Christian, in the Bible, God talks about, how much he loves you. So look for somebody who loves you the way God loves you. Look for somebody who cherishes you, who cherishes you, who chooses you every single day the way God chooses you every single day. So I don't want to ramble too much. Clearly, I've already rambled a lot already, but I hope, you get something out of this video, because I was talking and I got something from this video as I was talking, right? Like, to literally choose myself. Choosing yourself is literally hard work. Choosing yourself it's a choice. It's an every single day type of choice, right? For me, just talking about this, like recently dealing with somebody who, my food is ready. That's perfect because I'm almost done with this video. But I was dealing with, a situation, well, my ex, where I'm constantly breaking it off, where I'm just like, okay, you're not meeting my expectations and standards. Like, and I can tell, like, I love this person. I want to be with this person, but I'm like, like, you're not getting it right. So I'm finally at a point where I'm tired of the lying and I wouldn't say cheating because I don't know if this person cheated on me or not, but it was just weird, right? And so I said, okay, that's it. No more. So it wasn't necessarily about cheating. It was just this person not meeting the needs or expectations that I want. And I'm just like, okay, I'm done. Because when it's like that in just the relationship, it's going to be like that in the marriage as well. What exactly are you going to expect in the marriage if it's a certain way in the relationship while you guys are not married? It's not like the person puts a ring on their finger, you put a ring on their finger, and magically, poof, he's a different person. No, you are marrying the person you are currently in a relationship with. Nothing is going to change. Like, it's not honeymoon phase and then you wake up, oh my God, I woke up next to a completely different man. No, it's still the same nigga. So I said, you know what, F it. Block the person, done, deleted them from my life, deleted them from my page, everything, right? So choosing yourself, even though I'm telling you to choose yourself, I had that situation where I know I love this person, I want to be with them, I have to choose me, right? So people doubling back into your life and showing you like, okay, they're not going to live up to your expectations and your standards, they're not willing to put in the work for you, you gotta let it go. So yeah. Thank you for making it this far into the video. I hope you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.